Shalom and Shalom itself. Souls by giving all praise to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS and honors to you brothers doing the work in truth or sincerity. I want to do a quick one on on this whole thing about can an Israelite man have more than one wife? And the answer is yes, he can. And in the kingdom we'll be having many wives, right? In this kingdom is it wise? We'd say no. Why? Because women require a lot of time and attention, right? And we're supposed to be soldiers for Yahushua. Paul said in Corinthians, 7th chapter, I believe, he said, "Let those that have wives be as though that have none." Right. So in these times, Scripture says all things are lawful, but not all things are expedient. Right. So let me grab this. Is Exodus 21:10. This is in the law. It says if he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, so her clothing, and her duty of marriage sex shall he not diminish. Right. So not everyone was able to just just have a whole load of women, because that costs money. Women, there is a price to pay basically for dealing for dealing with women, whether it's the dowry, right? But actually just taking care of her, because you gotta feed her, you gotta clothe her, and all of that sort of stuff. So the average man couldn't just go out and have 100 women or whatever, right? But basically, this is in the law. You can take you another wife should you please, right? So as I mentioned that point, jump to the next verse in verse 16, right? It says, if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. So that is marriage according to the Bible. Sex is marriage according to the Bible, right? It says, if a father utterly refused to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins, right? So when you take a woman, you basically had to pay a dowry. You lay with a woman, right? Basically there's a payment to be made. There's a transaction, right? Scripture says, he that getteth a wife getteth a possession. It says Sirach 36:24. It says, he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession. Salakia, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest, right? And how would you do with the possession? You gotta pay for it. It's a transfer from her father to you, right? And you are her lord, just like when she's in her father's house, her father is her lord, right? Whereas, when she's in your house, you're her lord, right? And the proof of that is this. This is where is this? This is, just trying to remember. Vow, father, here. This is Numbers 30:4, and 30:3. If a woman also vow unto Yahweh and bind herself by a bond, being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hear her vow and her bond wherewith she hath bound her soul, and her father shall hold his peace at her. So basically, the dad, heard her say, basically make a vow to the Lord, and didn't say anything about it, right? It says, and her father shall hold his peace at her, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she hath bound her soul shall stand, right? So basically, if the father hears it and it does, and he basically allows it to go, then it will stand right before the Lord. Right? It says, but if her father disallow her in the day that he heareth, not any of her vows or of her bonds wherewith she hath bound her soul shall stand, and Yahweh shall forgive her because her father disallowed her. Right, so basically she made a vow, but this time the father heard it, and it's like, you ain't doing that. Right, then the Lord Yahweh was like, well, your dad said no, so I ain't gonna listen to that. Right? So basically showing they ain't got no power. Right? It says, and if she had at all an husband when she vowed, or uttereth all of her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, and her husband heard it, and held his peace in at her in the day that he heard it, then her vow shall stand, and her bonds wherewith she bound her soul shall stand. But if her husband disallowed her on the day that he heard it, then he shall make her vow which she vowed, and that which she uttereth with her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, of none effect, and the Lord shall forgive her, right? So yeah, once again, proving the same thing. Once when she's in her father's house, she's of the Lord. The father is her Lord, right? When she's in her husband's house, then her husband is her Lord, right? Basically proving to you what the scriptures say. This is First Corinthians 11:3 about the order, right? It says, but I will have you know that the head of every man is Yahushai, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yahushai is the Most High, right? So that's the hierarchy, right? And that there was proof, right? So this is another one, for example, Apostle Tahar brought this one out, regarding the which we can't even really call it controls, because it's such a such an easy topic to get into. It's just she was just loud, clamorous, and didn't know what the fuck she's talking about. It's like, would you mean, would you mean it's from Cain? It's like, where do you, where's that in the scriptures, right? It says, and Nathan said to David, thou art the man, right? Thus saith the Lord power of Israel, I anointed thee king over Israel, and I delivered thee out of the hand of Saul. And I gave thee thy master's house and thy master's wives into thy bosom, and gave thee the house of Israel and of Judah. And if that had been too little, I would moreover have given unto thee such and such things. Right? So basically, yeah, the Most High through Nathan is saying to King David, like, look, the prophet Nathan to King David, he's saying, look, you had wives, you had all of this sort of stuff. If you wanted more, all you had to do was ask for it, right? So here is the Most High basically saying, if you want more women, I can give you more women. So basically, it's not that deep. Just ask for them, right? Same with like what do you call it? And mind you, this is someone who this is King David, the man after the Lord's heart. And if I've got another one, right? It says First Chronicles 14:3 says, and David took more wives at Jerusalem, and David begat more sons and daughters, right? And this is a man after the Most High's heart, right? And if you notice, King David is is a good example, because when King David went off, King David got punished, and that's recorded, right? But he never got punished for having lots of wives and lots of women, right? That never happened, right? Why? Because it's lawful. Is it expedient in these times? Unfortunately not. We'd all love to be, swimming in pussy, but we've got a job to do, right? And that comes later, right? This is where is this? This is Matthew 19:27, right? I think this point starts around 28. It says, then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto him, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And every one that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. Right? So basically everything that you have sacrificed, we gonna get that, 100-fold, man. Or we gonna get that 100-fold, and that is including a women. Right, you've had to give up certain, because hey, let's be real, man. As I was going into, these women are, I don't know if I was going into that actually, but basically these women are of this world, right? These women are of this world. They follow after Esau's way, and Esau's way basically says, do as thou wilt, right? So you can have a woman, but ultimately that's Esau's woman, right? And then they find out the truth. They might be like, nah, I ain't down with that. Or they find out you don't do certain things. You don't eat pork, you don't eat shrimps and lobsters, you don't do anal, all of that sort of shit, right? Then all of a sudden there's a problem. All of a sudden what was going well is now like, oh, I'm going to leave you then, right? So that's why you might have to sacrifice your your woman or whatever, right? Well, if she, if she's trying to get you to go get out the truth, then yeah, she's got to go, right? So those are one of the things that you may have to sacrifice, but go and receive 100-fold, right, in the kingdom, right? And this is the reason why. It says Isaiah 60:22 says, "A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, Yahweh, will hasten it in his time." Right? So how else is a little one gonna become 1,000? How else is one man gonna become 1,000 or strong nation? He's got to have many women. Right? He's got to have many women. That's the only way it can it can happen. That's the only way it can be done, right? Because, for instance, you look at this, right? So a woman is pregnant for 9 months, right? And this is the law, right? So this is a law on purification. So a woman's pregnant for 9 months, right? And then after that, she has to go through a period of cleaning, right? So this is Leviticus 12:2. So speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a woman have conceived seed and born a man child, then she shall be unclean 7 days, according to the days of separation for her infirmity, she shall be unclean. And then the 8th day, his foreskin shall be circumcised, and she shall continue in the blood of her, purifying 3 and 30 days. She shall touch no hallowed thing, no, nor come into the sanctuary until the days of her purifying be fulfilled. So basically, 9 months, and then 40 or so days after that. So basically, that's over 10 months, right? So she gets pregnant, and then over basically after 10 months, where she can be prepared to start dealing, getting children again, right? And you might not even be, actually, in the kingdom we all gonna be healthy or whatever, right? But that's like one child every 10 or so months, right? She just said she's pregnant 9 months and it has a period of purifying. Right? But the scripture just said we got a little one's gonna become 1,000, right? And it's even longer if it's a woman child, right? It says verse 5. Right, but if she bear a maid child, then she shall be unclean 2 weeks, as in her separation, and she shall continue in the blood of a purifying 66 days. Right, so that three score, that's six. So a score is 20. Three is so 3 times 20, so 60 and 6 days, plus 14. Right, so what, 70, 80 days. So basically, the best part of a whole year, right? So you get one woman pregnant, right? 9 months she's pregnant, right? And then for the best part of a whole year, she can't, she's unclean. So for another, what did we say? 66 plus 14, right? So for them, for another 80 days, right? So the best part of 3 months, right? She's unclean. You can't deal with it. That means you can only, if she has a maid child, basically a girl, right? You can only legit only get her pregnant once a year at most. But the scripture just said a little one's gonna become 1,000, right? So the only way that that can happen, right, feasibly, is for us to have many children. Yeah, we gonna live forever, right? It's not how many children, to have many wives, right? And yeah, we're gonna have live forever, right? But look, man, we gonna have lots of women, man. Right, that's how this is gonna be fulfilled. And in fact, how did I even forget these ones, man? These gems. Right, this is Isaiah 4, and this isn't a prophecies, man. This is, in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we'll eat our own bread, and wear our own apparel, only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Right, so it's saying, yeah, we'll eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, only let us be called by thy name to take away reproach. Basically, in that day, right, when things start hitting the fan, right, these women, that the Lord has, prepared, basically going to be trying to cleave onto the men of the Lord, right? Basically, look, man, we ain't going to get in your way. Just, please protect us. Let us be called by thy name while you let us be married unto you. And we read earlier at the top of the lesson what marriage is according to the Bible, right? Which is sex, right? So basically, they're saying protect us, right? 4 and 7 represents completion, right? So Isaiah 13 and 12, was it? No, I mean, it doesn't really go into it, but it's true. Right? So I'll make a man, brackets Israelite man, more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Right? So I thought there was a precept there. Is there a pretty nice breakdown? So yeah, we read this. So that's the only way a little one's gonna become 1,000, right? Yeah, I was looking at something in Job. Well, it looks like that's all I got. So based on my end on this, man, in reference to the lady that was making that statement, right? This is Proverbs 9:13. This is a foolish woman is clamorous. Right? You look at the word clamorous, loud, right? Loud. Right? She's simple. Right? Yeah, we just broke it down in the scriptures, right? She ain't on no authority to say it's of kings. What the hell? What the hell are you talking about? Right? So she is simple, right, and knoweth nothing. So she don't know the scriptures, man. As Apostle Ramla, Grady pointed out, she's like, yeah, it's raw. She read, Timothy 1. Well, she didn't read Timothy 2, where it's talking about women, being in subjection or being quiet, right? So, yeah, as always, Lord, I was edifying. To the next time. Shalom.